Coming up this morning, Ottawa Public Health, they're holding a virtual panel. They're discussing the findings from the mental health of Ottawa's Black Community Research Study. What lies ahead? Councillor Ralston King, he's part of today's discussion. He joins us now with a preview. Good morning, Councillor. Always good to see you. Thank you, sir.
Good morning.
I know the survey or research began back in the fall of 2018. Can you summarize what's coming out and what worries you most?
Well, ultimately, the study explores the Black community's experiences, including strategies to maintain optimal mental wellness and reduce the risk of poor mental health. Of course, like anything, our health and our mental health goes through cycles. So sometimes you feel in a better state and sometimes you feel in a poorer state. And of course, the largest challenge for the community is ensuring that they get access to quality and evidence-based mental health services, treatments, and supports. There is definitely a lack of those supports for the Black community, and especially a lack of culturally sensitive and reflective services around mental health.
All right, let's talk about culturally sensitive. In layman's terms, let me put it out there, racism, the stigma, and what it means when you're walking around the community facing that, it can take a toll on your mental health.
That's absolutely correct. And that's one of the reasons why we need treatments and services that are culturally relevant. And that's one of the reasons why we're also pushing, obviously, for more social inclusion and more anti-racism initiatives in the city. Because these challenges, obviously have specific impacts on people's mental health when they are treated poorly and when they're treated unequitably. So that is something that has been identified, ensuring that we actually do increase anti-racism initiatives through the city. We're undertaking that effort through the Anti-Racism Secretariat. We also need to increase the capacity of the Black community to participate in knowledge transfer and exchange activities with health organizations. So that really translates into the Black community having impact and having a say in terms of some of the services that are provided.
So the work there is to get the services available. Is there resistance within the Black community to go and seek those services because of the stigma of admitting it's getting to me?
Well, this is one of the challenges. I mean, ultimately, there are challenges around stigma, around specific beliefs and racism that really does negatively affect people's access to mental health services. But the good news is that we are seeing more efforts in the city to really undertake the research that's necessary and to build mechanisms to access these services. So we know that more research is being undertaken at the University of Ottawa through its Vulnerability, Trauma, Resilience, and Culture Research Laboratory. They've actually launched a mental health impact study on youth, and it's one of the first of its kind, really, in the National Capital Region. So, efforts are being undertaken in the city to address this issue.
Well, and that is unique to the Black community, or, communities of color, that is the youth in particular. You got to get them young to build them up, because there's a lot of challenges when they get into the world.
Absolutely. Well, we want to ensure that people are as healthy as possible so that they can contribute to society, to the economy, to the city in the best way possible. And we do that by ensuring, as part of a pillar, that people have access to really decent mental health services.
We've heard this all before. I'm sure if I asked your mom and your grandma, they'd say, hey, this is nothing new. Is it different this time, Councillor?
I think it is different this time. I think that there's a groundswell of interest in people realizing that we do need to address mental health issues in a more structured way, that not addressing mental health issues creates systemic problems and wider problems within our communities. And so we need to address this in a serious way.
Yeah, it's a win-win for all communities in the great city of Ottawa. Ralston King taking leadership role on this. Thank you, sir. I appreciate your time as always.
Thank you.